Alright, well, I got a couple of questions on the float frames from my last video, the block print video. So I'm mounting one of the paintings in a frame right now, so I thought I'd just go over that and then I'll talk about the other frame a bit because it's just a little bit different. And it's funny because I make frames all the time, but a lot of times there's just little things that are different with each frame. And so if you pick something up that's helpful, then that's a good thing. So let me just go ahead and throw this painting in the frame. This is the painting, if you remember, that's on paper. It's mounted on a braced panel. So it's a piece of 1/4-inch plywood that I've put a frame around the back, and that makes the stretcher 2 inches deep. And so this painting will float in the frame with about 1/4 of an inch reveal between the edge of the painting and the inside edge of the frame. With a frame like this, the painting floats in the frame. So it's really important to take your time and position the painting so you have the same reveal all the way around the painting. And then I've got a piece of cardboard here that I've covered with a cloth, and I use this to apply downward pressure while I'm using my screw gun to attach the painting from behind with an 1.25-inch screw. So another thing I wanted to mention is I always put felt pads, or people put these pads on the bottom of furniture so you don't scratch the floor. Well, I do the same thing to the back of the frames, and what that does is it helps keep the painting straight. It just tends to not get crooked as often because the painting's really hanging against those 4 points. And also, these two paintings are going to be hung on very expensive wallpaper, and that way the felt pads will help protect the wallpaper from the frame in case they ever move the artwork. For the most part, when I build a float frame for a painting, I like the surface of the painting to be just about 1/16 of an inch below the front edge of the frame. And since both of these paintings are going to the same house, it was important that the depth of the frame be the same. And with this painting, the stretcher's 2 inches deep, and the painting that's going in this frame, the stretcher's 1.5 inches deep. So I had to build up the inside of the stretcher to bring the surface of the painting up. So I'll bring the camera over and we can take a closer look. I built up the inside of the frame by simply attaching strips of 1/2-inch plywood. But notice how I left the inside corner empty. And the reason for that is often when artists stretch their own canvas, they'll end up with folds at the corners. And those folds add to the depth of the stretcher. So by leaving just about 6 inches empty in the inside of the corner here, those folds will float in this space. And if I didn't do that, if I continued this molding all the way to the inside miter, then that would push the surface of the painting out beyond the surface or the edge of the frame. I think I covered most of the framing questions, but if I didn't, just leave them in the comments and I'll get to them. I'll either answer them in the comments or make a video sometime down the road. But while we're up in the studio, I got a few other questions, including one from Max. He wanted to know what this painting was, this minimal painting. Well, the woodworkers out there might appreciate it. It's a bandsaw blade, and this is something I made in 1994. So let's take a closer look. This is a bandsaw blade, and I made this a long time ago, 1994. So, and I think I made about 4 or 5 of these back then. It was just something I was doing. They're screwed with a washer to 3/4-inch plywood, and I believe that I cut in with white paint after the bandsaw blade was attached. And for me, it looked, well, the image looks like a reclining figure, and it's kind of, what is it, a sculpture or a drawing or both. So it was just something I did, and then I built a frame for it. Right below the bandsaw drawing are these encaustic blocks. Encaustic is a medium made mainly with beeswax, and these are just some things that I'm looking at. This might turn into something, I'm not quite sure yet, but I just like to put things out and then look at them and then maybe either put them away or end up doing something with it. Well, I did get a few comments on the woodcut project, and thank you, because I know a lot of people just tune out when I start doing art projects, but I like to do both. So thanks for tuning in and leaving your comments. And next week will be a woodworking project. The plan is to build a platform bed with storage, and I've already got the material, so hopefully I'll be done by Friday. I did want to answer one question. This one's from Tom Pritchard, and Tom leaves a lot of comments, so thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. And his question was, once you finish with the print, can you change the color? And yeah, you can. It's really simple. You simply wipe the print off with a damp rag, and you're ready to use whatever color you like. So these are just a lot of fun. These are also a fun thing to do with the kids. Maybe not the carving part, but the print part. So I hope you'll check it out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.